They said it couldn't be done. They said the window had closed, the talent had dried up, and that the crown was headed elsewhere. But the Seattle Seahawks didn't just win the Super Bowl. They completely dismantled the narrative, crushed the competition, and are now looking scarier than they did in February. Forget what you think you know about repeating champions. This team is currently engineering a masterpiece of roster management that has the rest of the league absolutely terrified. Before we dive in, smash that subscribe button if you want the fastest NFL updates on the planet. Let's be real for a second. Most teams that hoist the Lombardi Trophy get complacent. They get fat, they get lazy, and they let their star power mask deep, underlying rot. Not Seattle. While everyone else was busy popping champagne, the Seahawks were in the lab, finding ways to get faster, younger, and more dangerous. You've got Sam Darnold standing tall under center, fresh off a massive payday and a championship ring that silenced every single doubter. You've got a receiving core led by Jackson Smith-Njigba, who just put up nearly 1,800 yards like it was nothing. But the real story isn't the stars you know. It's the absolute obsession this team has with finding diamonds in the rough. Think about it. Who is actually responsible for this level of success? Is it the coaching, or is it a front office that seems to have a crystal ball? Drop a name in the comments below. Who is the true architect behind this dynasty in the making? We have to talk about the departures disaster. Within 90 minutes of free agency opening, the Seahawks watched 4 starters walk out the door. We're talking about a Super Bowl MVP in Kenneth Walker III heading to Kansas City, and key pieces like Boy Mafe and Rick Woolen finding massive paydays elsewhere. A weaker franchise would have spiraled. They would have panic-signed aging veterans to bloated contracts and set themselves back 5 years. But look at what actually happened. Seattle didn't panic. They didn't chase headlines. They simply leaned into the process. They replaced the production with younger, hungrier talent, and, this is the genius part, they collected compensatory picks for every single guy that left. They aren't just replacing talent. They are turning losses into a war chest of draft capital. It is cold, it is calculated, and it is a total masterclass in roster economics. But hold on, because the tension in the defensive room is about to boil over. Everyone is buzzing about massive trade rumors involving superstars like Myles Garrett or Kayvon Thibodeau. The rumors have been swirling, and the phone lines have been active. Does a team that already has the #1 scoring defense in the league really need to mortgage their future for a big-name edge rusher? Or is the next man up philosophy already paying off in ways we haven't even seen yet? The answer lies in a name most people haven't even bothered to learn yet: Aidan Hubbard. This guy was the most sought-after undrafted free agent in the entire league. Seattle didn't just invite him to camp. They put a massive guarantee on his contract to ensure he wouldn't sign anywhere else. He's 6 feet 4 inches, 260 pounds, and he plays with the kind of violent, technical discipline that Mike McDonald demands. He finished his college career with over 20 sacks, and he's already terrorizing offensive linemen in OTAs. When you replace a $60 million pass rusher with a guy who costs a fraction of that and brings double the hunger, you aren't just staying afloat. You are winning the game of football before the ball is even snapped. But wait until you hear about the 7th-round miracle working in the secondary. We need to talk about Andre Fuller. This kid is an absolute freak of nature. He came into the building with an athleticism score that we haven't seen in nearly 40 years. He's 6 feet 1 inch, runs a blistering 4.49, and plays with the kind of instincts that you simply cannot teach. On his very first day of practice, he intercepted the starting quarterback and made it look like a routine play. He's stepping into a defensive scheme that asks its corners to do everything: press, blitz, nickel, and tackle, and he is doing it all without breaking a sweat. Why is the rest of the NFC West so worried? Because while they are busy trying to keep their aging veterans happy, Seattle is building an assembly line of talent. The 49ers, the Rams, the Cardinals, they all know that playing in Seattle is a death sentence. Under this coaching regime, the Seahawks have become a road warrior nightmare, boasting a record that most teams only dream of. Every divisional game is a fistfight, but Seattle is currently the one holding the brass knuckles. And here is the kicker that cements their dominance for the next half-decade: the front office move that nobody saw coming. Assistant GM Nolan Teasley moved on to a bigger role with the Minnesota Vikings, and on the surface, That looks like a hit to the organization's leadership. But look at the math. Because the league rewards teams that develop minority executives who get hired away, Seattle just secured a treasure trove of extra draft picks. When you add those to the projected compensatory picks from their free agent departures, the Seahawks are staring at a 2027 draft class that could be the deepest, most talented haul in the last 20 years of the NFL. They are hoarding picks like a dragon hoards gold. They don't need a blockbuster trade to stay on top because they are about to flood their roster with 12 new impact players in a single draft cycle. The strategy is clear. They are playing a different sport than the rest of the league. So here is my bold, high-octane prediction. The Seahawks aren't just going to make the playoffs. They are winning 13 games, they are locking up the division, and they are securing a top 2 seed in the NFC. Nobody is built to stop this defense twice, and Sam Darnold is going to finish inside the top 5 of the MVP race. People will keep talking about big trades and missing pieces, but that is just noise. The reality is that Seattle has built a machine that thrives on adversity. They lost their stars, they reloaded, and now they are hungrier than ever. Think my win total prediction is way off base. Think the defense is going to regress. Drop your own record prediction in the comments section right now and tell me exactly which week you think they lose. And if you have a favorite deep cut player on this roster that you think is going to break out, I want to hear that too. The depth chart battles over the next few weeks are going to be the most important part of the entire season. We are going to find out exactly who has the heart to survive in a championship locker room. Make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on, because we're gonna break down every single roster battle, every position change, and every move this team makes as they march toward another run at the title. The rest of the league is catching up, but the Seahawks are already on to the next level. See you in the next